Alright, on this particular problem, we're given 2 points and we're asked to write the slope-intercept form of the equation. Now we have to remember that the slope-intercept form, that's our y equals mx plus b. That's our slope-intercept form that we're looking for at the end. So the first step in this one, we have 2 pieces of this particular equation that we don't yet know. We need to figure out what m is and what b is. Once we find those 2, then we can write our slope-intercept form. So the first step is going to be to find m. M is the slope of the line. Now we have to remember that m, the slope of the line, the equation to find that one, this is m equals y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. Alright, now the best way to do this is, I make sure every time I do this one, to go ahead and label each point. This is my first one, so this will be my x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, and you can put them, you can actually label this one as your x1, y1, this one as your x2, y2. The big thing is that they're both ones. This is both an x1 and a y1, and they're both in the same, within the same parenthesis. Now that I have that, I'm going to plug these points here into this equation. So let's do that now. Let's see, my y2 is negative 3, so I'm going to go negative 3 minus, and my y1 is 4. Negative 3 minus 4 over, on the bottom, let's see, I have x2. x2 is 0 minus, and x1 is 4. Negative 3 minus 4 would give me negative 7 over negative 4. So my slope in this case, m equals 7/4. 7/4. Now that I know my slope, I'm going to go back essentially to this equation. I can plug that in for m. Okay, so here's my original equation that we were using. Y equals mx plus b. Now that I know m, and I know m from this, I just found that out, I'm going to plug that one in for m right here. So we'll write that. Y equals 7/4 x plus b. Okay, so we're looking at this one. The last key component that I need to know, I found out my m, now I just need to find out what my b is. So I need to get b all by itself. I've got this x and y, and this I can use because I have an x value up here and a y value up here. I also have another x value up here and a y value up here. And I can use either one of these 2 points. It doesn't matter, as long as if I'm going to use this x, I have to use this y. If I'm going to use this x, I have to use this y. And it really doesn't matter. I'll look at these and I can say, okay, I know that this x is 0. I can plug in 0 right here and find out my y really quickly. So that's the route that I would normally take. I'm going to do this one only because it looks just a touch more challenging. That way you can kind of see it done for you. Alright, so I'm going to plug this point in right here. Now, this x1 right here is 4, so I'm going to plug that in for 4. This y1 is also 4. I'm going to plug that in over here. Alright, so let's do that. So I'm going to take, let's plug in, I know what my y is. My y is going to be this 4. So this 4 here I'm going to plug in for this y. 4, instead of writing y, I'm just going to write 4 is equal to 7/4 times 4 plus b. Okay, well 7/4 times 4 here, these 4's will actually cancel. Alright, so that, or you can multiply it out. 7 times 4 is 28 divided by 4, which gives you 7. Either way is okay. So I've got 4 is equal to 7 plus b. I subtract 7 from both sides, because again I'm trying to find out what b is. This is going to give me a negative 3. Okay, so now I have identified my m. I've identified my b over here. Now I just need to rewrite this equation here with those key components in it. So again we have our equation as y equals mx plus b. This is my original equation. I know what m is. M is this over here. So I'm going to plug that in right now. So I go y equals, and it's 7/4 x, and I know what b is. B is found down here. I'm going to plug in -3 for b. Minus 3. Now this is how you'd write it on a test. On your homework is just fine, on the paper homework. The catch is on the online homework that you need to convert this right here to a decimal. Okay, and I specify, I think it's to the nearest hundredth. So let's practice that. 7/4 is the same thing as 1 3/4. I'm going to write that over here. Equals 1.75. So now I'm going to rewrite it. Whenever you type this one in to the online system, you'll have to write it like this. Y equals, no spaces in between, 1.75x minus 3. That will actually be your answer that you put online. But again, even on your test or anything like that, if you want to write it in fraction form, that's okay. But the online system will only recognize a decimal form.